Hey guys, well I figured I would make a video. It's been a little while. I was just watching a video on a torch that somebody else was doing a review on, and I wanted to go ahead and show some people this Iwatani torch that I have. I've had this torch for probably between 5 and 8 years. I do use it for culinary mostly when I did use it. But you can use it for anything around the garage. Of course, I use it for heating up stubborn bolts or melting, coloring titanium, any stuff like that. What I do use for this is the butane fuel cartridges. Normally these are used for like a gas stove. Normally you just put this in, close the cover, and it'll tighten down, and then you'll be able to light a gas stove with this, and the gas stove would be, one piece. This would be inside, and it would be, a flame would come up, and you'd be able to cook off of that. But these cans are pretty cheap. You can pick them up at Ace Hardware or a restaurant supply store. They do come with this little protective cap. As you can see at the top on these cans, they are notched. Right here, that notch is for working when it works in the burner. That would face up, and there would be a slot that this locks into to make sure it has a positive seal. Also, with the torch itself, there is a slot here. That slot lines up with the slot on the can, and then there are these little prongs that are around the outside of this metal piece. Most likely some type of aluminum. I don't really know for sure. I haven't taken a magnet to it or anything like that. But then what we'll do is we just line those up. That notch, if you can see, there's a notch on the outside. That one lines up with the notch on the can. And then you just push it down a little and turn it. And that's all it takes to lock that can on there. There is the adjustment knob for the flame size, and then the adjustment for the flame type. There is also the trigger for lighting it, so you don't need matches or a sparker or anything like that to light this. All you have to do is turn on the gas, and when it starts coming out, just pull the trigger. And adjust the flame back here. Close it to adjust it down. You can get this flame to be pretty small before it actually goes out. Or full power, and go pretty hard there too. And then you can adjust this knob to change the type of flame. It'll be more of a wider flame. It's a little dirtier also. Of course, it's incorporating more air, so it's going to be a dirtier flame. You bring that down to a nice blue flame. This can be it gets very hot. I haven't actually tested it, but I know it gets above 800 degrees because I can get purple titanium, no problems with this thing. Even gold, I go into gold sometimes if I leave it for a while. Of course, you have to know what you're doing a little bit there too. To color titanium, you have to know how to do an even burn, and to let time between the burns so you can actually get the oxidation to change the colors. Removing this is fairly simple. You just turn it off. It comes right off. I mean, you can do this all one-handed, really. I normally like to keep the cap on just for protective purposes. I don't store them together. This one I normally hang on the wall in the garage here. The metal part of the torch itself will stay hot, and that's hot to the touch. If you put your finger on that, you'd probably end up with skin on there. The inside is a torch. Just looks like that. There's a sparker in there. Let's see if you can be able to see it. It might not show up. Yep, there it was. See, that little spark lights it. I've had a couple. I've been probably through maybe 10 of these, but that's because when you use them every single day in the restaurants, they tend to take a beating. This one's in pretty good shape. Like I said, I've had this one for probably 5 years. I do have another one in one of my culinary boxes that I have here. Other than that, I would definitely recommend this torch. You can get it at any restaurant supply shop, online, I'm sure. And I think they were $12 maybe just for this. But again, this thing, if you treat it well, it'll last a long time. This one I've had for, like I said, probably between 5 and 8 years, and I use it often too. So definitely recommend it. It would be a nice addition to anyone's garage who likes to have some heat. If you need it for stubborn bolts and stuff like that, I've used this for heating up bolts to get off bolts and stuff like that, or like I said, changing titanium colors and stuff like that. This thing works great. Alright guys, I hope that's helpful. Enjoy.